Our top story here at 5 from our 17 follow-up file. It has been 8 dreadful months for a South Bakersfield family following a fiery crash that killed 2 sisters and severely injured another. Karen Marroquin with our sister station Telemundo Valle Central sat down with the sole survivor in this exclusive interview to share her gut-wrenching story.
That's right. This comes as new police documents reveal new information about the case, including details about the initial pursuit that led to the wreck and disturbing declarations from one of the suspects.
They started getting really aggressive, pulling our door, like hitting the window.
24-year-old Diana Ponce recalls the terrifying moment she and her 2 sisters were confronted by 2 men the early morning of March 4th.
I think they wanted to take us out of the car and kidnap us.
It happened around 3 a.m. while Ponce, 21-year-old Karime Duarte, and 15-year-old Jennifer Duarte were delivering newspapers. One of the men, identified as Tevin Brandt, tracked down his missing cell phone to the 2300 block of Macau Street, the same road where the sisters had just started their newspaper route.
And we were like, oh, sorry, we don't have a phone.
But Ponce says Brandt didn't believe them.
We decided to drive off. My sister was like, drive, because she got really scared, Karime. As soon as we started driving, they started going after us.
The men were in 2 separate vehicles, with one car behind them and the other one on Ponce's side. The girls desperately called their father for help, but it was too late.
My sister screamed, she's like, we're gonna crash. And then after that, I just remember, I think I blacked out and I didn't hear from them again.
Black Honda. We're going to need southbound 99 completely blocked off.
Court documents indicate Ponce and her sisters were chased onto McKee Road, where they drove over the end of this cul-de-sac and were launched onto Highway 99, where they were struck by an oncoming drunk driver.
Ponce says that wasn't the end of their nightmare.
These guys were like dragging me out, and then they were pulling me and kicking me, and they were screaming at me, and I was just telling them like my sisters, but they just proceeded to keep hitting me until I eventually blacked out again.
There is no documentation of physical assault in the police report.
The Honda is fully engulfed. They're advising us possibly a subject still inside.
She doesn't remember it, but newly released police reports say Ponce was pulled from the fire by a bystander who also heard Brandt yell, "You and your sisters are criminals who stole my stuff. I hope you die."
I didn't think about myself. I didn't really care that I was in so much pain. I just was thinking about my sisters and my dog. I was just scared for them because I always took care of my sisters like they were my daughters.
Ponce was on the verge of death. She suffered organ damage, broken toes, and ribs. But the physical damage does not compare, she says, to the lifelong scarring in her heart after hearing the devastating news that her sisters died in the fire that cold, dark March morning.
That was really hard to hear. Because when I was in the hospital, I knew my dog had passed away, and I was really upset about it, but I thought, at least I have my sisters still, like, they're gonna be there when I get home. I didn't expect to hear my mom telling me that they were gone.
Her life now forever changed.
I just want to know why they didn't take my sisters out of the car. Why did they only decide to take me out? Maybe they could have been alive if they had taken them out of that car.
Police documents indicate this all started after Brandt, using Find My iPhone, thought the girls had taken his device. That phone was later found in an Uber on the same street where the sisters were initially confronted. Brandt now has a preliminary hearing scheduled for late January, and there is still a warrant out for another suspect's arrest. Reporting for 17 News, I'm Karen Marroquin. Back to you guys.